At the beginning of year 2020, and like every year, expectations, plans, and aspirations begun. Some news was talking about a virus far away in China. It did not draw my attention as I was only focusing on my professional and personal success. The news accelerated and it was disturbing. It started drawing fear and panic in me and my family. The virus could destroy all my plans and my future goals. But despite all this, I learned 12 lessons this year. I learned a lesson in each month. The first lesson I learned is that anything that may happen to some stranger, at some point it can happen to me too. So if any problem happened in any other country or anywhere else, it's my duty to show empathy. Because anyone's problem is my problem. And the way this virus spreads, suffering can spread. In the second month, I learned that there is a whole new world behind technology, despite its disadvantages, where I can see the faces of my loved ones and stay in touch with them. Some things just take time to reveal its advantages, yet everything exists for a reason. The first and second months passed, and the third started. With it, my sadness and longing. The family gatherings, the outings with my friends, all made me realize that my boring routine that I had 2 months ago was actually my secret of happiness. The fourth one, I became sick, fighting the virus. I was sick, lonely, and scared, but I understood how strong I am, no matter how hard circumstances can be, and how I can fight alone. I seeked for surviving, and I found it. In the fifth month, I picked up something important. I was a survivor from the virus. Sometimes suffering can be a reason for surviving. Maybe if I didn't go through it, I would have still stayed at home, scared and confused. In the sixth month, I learned that no matter how the chance of surviving was low and the suffering was high, life still goes on. Zoom meetings taught me that life might put us under hard circumstances, but our job is to adapt and live with it. Lessons were harder than in real life, but it made us look at things differently. In the seventh month, we started to change. The fear faded away and turned into change in the routine in our lives. And so it became easier. People didn't want to stay home, so they started going out, but by taking precautions. A main rule I got is that when we understand how to deal with the reality, we can have control over it, but without fear, panic, and phobia. 8th month, I started seeing the 2020 plan that I planned for in the beginning. I adapted to the distance learning and working. We live to work. We adapt with situations. This is our human nature. We work, not just sit and wait. With the beginning of the 9th month, challenges were growing. Life started going faster and faster because it was depending on technology in working, studying, and everything else. So it was going really fast. I learned that there is no challenge that ends up in resting, but there is a challenge that leads to a bigger one. And the life we live in requires us to be equipped with all the abilities to win our challenges. Otherwise, we'll fail. 10th month, I understood that life shouldn't be easy and simple in order to live it. On the contrary, we should live it hard to appreciate it. How do we know what happiness is without getting sad in the first place? A goal without a plan is just a wish. And Exupéry's saying taught me that even if things did not go as planned, ultimately you have a plan. And I know, with the pandemic or without it, the most important element is your belief. Your belief in your goal and your aspirations. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you may be anxious, afraid about it. But when you draw a plan that you believe in, a plan that will make you focus and go on. In the last month, I understood that 2020 was not a year. It was a journey between strength and weakness, turmoil and consistency, between determination and surrender, illness and survival. Let's understand that life needs care and adaptation in order for us to live with its difficult circumstances, and we can draw our steps in it despite the difficulty. 2020 was not an ordinary year. All my experiences were extraordinary. Understanding all aspects of my strength and becoming stronger to face everything, and believing in my goals. All my love and sympathy for everyone everywhere, and my condolences to everyone who lost someone in this difficult crisis. Thank you.